Alright guys, welcome back. It is Sunday. It is very hot. It's in the 90s. It'll be the 90s next couple of days. I did brave the heat a little bit to go hit the old Sunday salvage sale and bike farm, and someone had some stuff for sale on Craigslist, and I missed them last week and they saved it for me this week, and I went and spent way too much money and bought all the stuff. My water bottle's on the way. Sorry, it's in the 90s. It's hot. But in my nice, cool little one-bedroom, half of the duplex with the 3 trees in the yard, and it's, even with I forgot to close the windows this morning, and even with the windows open, it's still pretty cool in here. You might be able to hear the fan. Sorry, I'm not doing this without the fan on. Okay, so let's look at some fun stuff. So Bike Farm is a little thin today. There's some bikes, not very many. There was oh geez. There was a big giant pile of wheels. I looked, I didn't find what I was looking for. A while ago I got a 10-speed black 105 rear hub. I bought the whole wheel and cut the hub out. I'm kind of hoping to find a matching front. I dug at Bike Farm and I dug at CCC, and there was just nothing that floated my boat. There was a few drop bars, and no one else buys drop bars but me, really. So I went and dug through them and grabbed a few. I want to show them off. This one I grabbed is on the very top of the pile. It has a Nitto stem on it. Someone has clamped this bar in a vise. This bar is like, or maybe that's factory, but I doubt it. I've never seen that before. Square clamp marks on this bar. Why? I do not know. Slightly worried. Oh, the stem looks straight, but it's a Nitto stem. It's like an 80s one. No one cares about these anymore. I like them. They clean up nice usually. They work on any old vintagey bike. It's a 3T bar, which is most likely 26.0. 99% chance the stem is 25.4 only. So that could be why there's clamp marks over here. Maybe someone really just crammed this stem in. Either way, I'd probably cut these bars in half. It's got some junky Diacomp levers on it. They are junky ones with the half hoods. They're gross. I won't save them. I won't save nothing. But maybe that stem. Ironically, in line today, I was talking to somebody about changing bars and stems and old horrible bar tapes impossible to get off. And I was like, dude, I just use a tube cutter to spin it around, cut that bar right in half, slide the one half out of the stem, throw both sides in the trash. If a bar's not savable, it's not worth peeling all the tape off and all that. This is the other one I was excited about. It is a Cinelli cockpit. It's a very short Cinelli stem, which is what everybody wants. All the old men who still like Cinelli stuff are way too old. They can't ride them 120s anymore. They're all about them short ones. Those guys are probably mostly dead now or not riding bikes anymore. 20 years ago, that's how it was. So hopefully someone will still care. I feel like I usually sell Cinelli stems if I ask reasonable prices for them. Especially short ones. A new logo, which is slightly less popular. It's more 80s and 60s or 70s. 70s stuff is the hot stuff. It's on a 6640 bar. Cinelli Del Mondo. Bar clamp's real clean. It's a little narrow, but someone might want it. It's got the weird black Bonotto style bar tape down the whole thing. But it's in actually pretty good shape. It's missing one of the, oh, it is Bonotto. It's missing a Bonotto plug on the other side. It's got these black Modolo levers. I have a zillion sets of these in silver. You can't get the hoods anymore. You used to be able to get new old stock Modolo hoods a lot, and they fit old Campy levers and old Sun Tour levers. So they were very popular for putting on your old Campy brake levers, because the Modolo hoods are like ergonomic, and they have like, you know, shape to them. They're actually really comfortable and nice. I did find this guy in Poland. He's been making some stuff off and on. I think I found him by buying the TA Stronglight crank puller tool that he has for only $30. There's a guy here in America who makes a really nice one for like 60 or 70. I think it's J.A. Stein. I used to have one and I sold it when I closed the shop, and I needed one for a PX10 project I did a while ago. So I bought this $30 one. So it's sitting there on eBay cheap, and I was like, yeah, I'll try it. And it's absolutely machined well. It's totally fantastic. It's just as nice as the Stein one, just less pretty. But he's also making tons of hoods and weird plastic dust caps and all sorts of stuff for old bikes. He's got a bunch of cool stuff. His prices are good. So if I ever want to use one of these terrible brake levers that barely has any leverage, those terrible middle brakes that barely has any leverage, barely stops, I would probably do that again. But I'll probably just put these on eBay as is. Maybe send a link to that guy saying you can get the hoods in any color you want again. It's cool. So, nice bar, nice stem. Probably okay brake levers. It's really cool. I think this is the first one I grabbed. This is what I'm the most excited about. So this is a black Mavic stem with a black Mavic bar. I don't think I've ever seen this bar and stem before. It's black. I hate black stuff. It's hard to read. Compa di Ducey. Mavic's got a little bit of scruffs on the top. It's got the machined insides, machined on top, a little scruffy, what do you call that, ball mark wear. Maybe somebody's standing too much and rubbing on the front of the stem or something. I don't know. I don't know if this bar is straight. It doesn't look straight to my eye. This side looks flared out a little bit. This side doesn't. But I'll take a look at it. But this is a cool black anodized Mavic bar and stem. Someone might be into this. And if not, it's cool. It's so cool. It makes me want to build another scruffy beater fixie. Be sick to use this bar and stem on something. Some black wheels. I did a YouTube video a while ago where I showed how to like straighten a bar. I used to like clamp it in the stand and put like a big cheater bar on it and just refit, man. It's aluminum, you shouldn't bend it a lot, but bending it once and bending it back's fine. All the old guys back in the day used to flare all their bars that way. None of them ever talked about it cracking or failing or causing problems. So I might straighten it. It's probably too narrow for me. It's so cool though. It's so cool. It's so cool. We'll see. We'll see if somebody wants it. If I want to bother straightening it. If not, I'll cut it in half and use this as a bar clamp checker. I like to have an old... I think I've done a video showing how to do it. And I've done it for a few shops in town because no one ever thinks of it. But I like to take a nice old bar that's really clearly labeled 26.0, 25.4 and cut the bar clamp area off a little bit of handle. So I'm checking stems to see what they are. I can stuff that 25.4 bar in, and sometimes it'll seem very loosey-goosey. I can try and put the 26.0 in, it won't fit. Or I put the 26.01 in, you're going to tighten it down, and there's just daylight around it everywhere. It's mostly with like threadless, removable faceplate stems. You can put it in there and clamp it down, and like, oh, there's daylight everywhere. It's definitely not 26.0. So I might cut it and make this a fun bar checker tool that can live on forever. And sometimes if I can't really see very well, like on a black bar, I'll just sand a little bit off and take I got some number stamps, like a little stamp with a 2 and a little stamp with a 6, a little stamp with an O, and you hold it on, hit it with a hammer and just stamp the logo in. Those things are cheap. So I got those 3 bars and stems. I did dig around a little bit. There's not anything really cool. Here's a race face red ride race face stem. It's not too long. It's black. It's got their big logo machined in the front. Here's like a kind of long, kind of flat road, all silver stem. I tried to talk myself out of getting it. There's nothing else cool there. And I did just sell one of these to the guy who bought the Soma and built it up in my shop. Make him take a long silver. There's no logos at all, which I like. More threadless stems. I never sell threadless stems. I just have bins of them piling up everywhere. And there's one tool. I looked at the tools a little bit barely. I grabbed this Allen wrench. It is a 9mm. I don't think you use 9 for anything on bikes. I could be wrong. I feel like maybe I went and bought a whole set with a 9 in it recently for like a campy C record crank or something I was taking off. But I know 7, the campy crank might have been a 7, and some old French stems use 7s. I don't know if you ever need a 9. I don't know. It was sitting there. It's in mint condition. I grabbed it. I'll probably hoard this for years and never use it, but whatever. It's fun. It's a fun. Oh, I should have mentioned this. So this is the first thing. I went over to the Bicycle Emporium, which is this guy Jeff's shop. I think he worked for Bike Friday as a brazier years and years, and 20, 30 years ago. He worked at the Community Cycling Center for years. He's had Bike Emporium for 8 or 9 years, he said now. And I think he wrote the book on restoring vintage Schwinn's, like all those 60s and 70s ones that are so really cool and popular. He's got a lot of cool stuff. But I went there and I noticed one of his tool drawers. I got a customer with a crust frame got hit by a car. We're seeing if we can save it. So it's got a real bent chainstay. I brazed a washer on it. I've been yanking on it and trying to slide hammer it. I just clamped the washer and the vise and was just pushing on the frame. It's kind of a little bit, but it was being a brat. So Jeff has that really vintage, like early 80s, like Park chainstay straightener tools, crazy tool, which I don't have. Almost bought one a few times. I'm like, I'll never really use it. It does ugly work, but it's the only thing that works when it works. So I went over to his shop and threw it on this guy's crust and bent that out. I think it's pretty close. I think I got most of the dent out. The stay is like impossible to bend back where it wants to go, but then it's denting everywhere I put a tool on it. But hopefully I'll take that to the shop, back to the shop, and put it on the frame alignment table and see if I can get that thing aligned. It's got through axle stuff, so things have to be aligned perfect. I have no idea if this is going to come out well or where it's going to sit well. But it's really not worth the money to have me replace the whole stay, and I probably wouldn't even do it anyways because of the through axle nonsense. I don't have through axle tools. I don't do them. I don't care about them. I think they're another ugly, dumb bike fad. They've switched standards like 40 times already. I'm sure they're going to switch to something else any day. So I don't care about them. I don't mess with them. I know most frame builders usually do all the newest, latest, greatest things. That's what people want. I want the newest fad. Make me a bike that fits these 6 different fads because there's really nothing, from the market yet. And frame builders all make a whole bunch of that bike, and then all of a sudden, Surly and somebody else makes a cheap one, and all of a sudden people only buy that. And it doesn't really matter. And then the frame builder's out of luck again until some new fad comes. We have to buy all new tools and nonsense and learn all this stuff. It doesn't matter. But I was digging through Jeff's tools. He has a tool drawer. He had a bunch of frame builder tools, just like taps and cutters and facers and weird stuff. And I was looking, and these were in there, and I pulled them out, and they are weird. There's one more that my car ate, I think. I think there's one more top plate. This is like old school, I think. This could be anything, but it sure looks to me like old school biplane fork crowns. Like just laser cut out of steel. Put the steerer down the middle, braze them together, braze the legs in. This looks like a cool one. It's got the extra tab, which a lot of the old guys did in the 40s and 50s when they made these, especially in France, for mounting your fender to. So you like drill and tap that, mount your fender here all easily instead of hidden under your crown, a big nightmare. The weird thing is these holes are all the same size, I think. I haven't actually measured them, but I did hold this up to a fork. This is not a 1-inch hole. It's more like 22.2. 22.2 fork blades were common back in the day. 24 round fork blades were kind of common for a while. I don't know about undersized steerers. I know that Ritchie, like Tom Ritchie, got famous for making his own versions of these. And he always did that bottom one undersized, so the steer tube just sat on this plate and you fill it brazed and go through. But the top one was a normal 1-inch to slide over the steer to where you wanted. And you put the fork blades up and then just do big fillets all the way around everything. So I don't know. They're also pretty narrow. This is going to fit a bike with maybe a 32 millimeter tire with no fender, maybe a 23 with a fender. So too narrow for anything, too weird for anything to be modified. But he was saying, Jeff, who owns the Bike Emporium, was saying that he's had some of this stuff custom laser cut before. He was making his own Bendix wrenches because no one had them. And have them laser cut. He said it cost about $8 a piece to have them laser cut. This was 10 or 15 years ago, so probably 20 a piece now. But God, maybe I will design one of these things one day. I know Ahern, he's the guy who taught me frame building at UVI way back in the day. He's designed some of these and uses them for himself and makes some really cool, really wide fork crowns. Makes cool biplanes from scratch. I think he's even done triplanes. He's got like 3 of these things stacked up, like so cool. Maybe I'll do that one of these days. I'm not really super in love with any fork crown in the world, except for Pacente. Pacente biplane fork crown is so nice. But everyone's used it. People aren't really using it anymore. It's expensive. I guess having these laser cut would probably be almost expensive, but I could probably sell them. I've tried to talk frame builder supply into making some of these before. I should go in there again and be like, dude, make some of these. They're cool. I want to start making my decaliers again. So I got these little guys. I'll probably hang on the wall, never use them, but they're cool. Then I went to this person's house and got this score, and then I went to Bike Farm. I'll show the Bike Farm stuff off first because there's so little of it. Someone brought these to my attention. Oh, BMX Gary brought these to my attention. It's a Durace box. I kept freaking out with the box. I'm like, there's not Durace stuff in there. I don't even care. You can have it. It's just, the box also died in my pockets on the way home. But these look to be stainless steel dummy axles machined with these black alloy end caps and bolts. They have one C-clip on them on each side. I have no idea what they are. Everyone kind of guessed this might be like an early park tool, like for maybe the first generation park disc brake facing tool. It's missing one of these proprietary end caps, which is quite sad. I don't know, maybe I'll make one of it quickly. I might never figure out what they're for. Two different guys said $5, but then I tried to ring up, the guy charged me more. Whatever, they're cool and weird. I want them more than $5. I might never use them, or maybe I'll find the rest of the tool, part of the tools for it. I don't even know what spacing they are. Then I went and dug through some giant weird hardware bin that someone donated, and I found a single Shimano 600 shifter. It's complete except for the bolt. I'm sure I got lots of extra bolts. The plastic is cracked horribly, so that sucks, but I think it works. It's got the proprietary washer. I found one of the little half-roundy dudes for it. So a single, I don't know if it's 6 or 7 speed. It doesn't say, so it's probably 7 speed. But whatevs. I found a random bolt for the other side, but not this side. Whatever. I mean, I'll do one buy someday. I'll put it on eBay. I found a single Sun Tour with no rust. Shifter bolt, little D-ring style, so you can tighten your friction shifters as you go. I just think these are cool and like using them for stuff. So I grabbed it. I found one Brev patent Campagnolo. I believe it's a Novo record lower crown race. But I didn't see it. I only looked at one side, looked good, and then when we left I realized it is actually Brunel. So it is dead. I paid money for it, so I'll use it as a tool in my shop. I have some junk crown races. When I hammer a new crown race on, I like to flip over an old one instead of putting an expensive alloy tool on to hammer it on, not mangle it. Save those expensive alloy park tool installer things for just the really thin and scary and aluminum ones. So even though it's junk, I'll save it for that. This is my favorite thing. I found a set of these Tektro RL720 cross-top levers, and it appears like new condition, maybe take off without a scruff, maybe new, just in a bin. All silver. You never see these in silver. You see them in silver handles and black bodies, or black bodies and silver handles, or all black, but you never see them in all silver. I think maybe they only came on some bike stock, and they usually don't have the logo. I don't know. It was cool. I grabbed them. The guy at Bike Farm, I thought he was going to charge me like $8 or $9 for this junk, so we said $5 on that, and he said 16. I was like, ouch, but yeah, of course I'll pay that. But ouch, I want them cheaper. But then their credit card machine was not working. Only had $13 cash, so I got it for $13. Those bars from CCC, that stuff, he only charged me $10. So I'm $23 so far. That's not so bad. We went to this lady. She had these cranks on sale. I thought I recognized her name. It sounded to me like she recognized me just by the email. And I was telling Gary about it. BMX Gary went and got burritos on the way there, like we usually do on Sundays. And he's like, oh, I know exactly who that is and where that house is. So he came with me so we could go dig through some stuff. And she had the cranks, and she brought the other stuff. And I was looking at some of the stuff, and most of it was really worn out and dead and scruffy, and I just didn't want it. I didn't know what she's going to try and charge, like the real money. So I did end up making a pretty good sized pile, and I was like, I don't know, what do you think? And she was like counting. She's like, I think $5 per thing, which I thought was a little bit much for some of it, but pretty good for some of it. And she's like, but I don't want to count that much, so just $100. What I want is $100. And she meant it. I was like, I'm not getting out of here with any of this stuff. And I was like, I'm sure that's okay. It's kind of a lot for some of it. And so she was like, well, what about this? And I'll throw in this, and I'll grab this. And she even said, I have this big red toolbox. You can take that as part of it too, and so we can throw everything in. And I said, okay. She finally got me, and I was like, yeah, okay. How about this? How about that? She's like, yeah. So, she threw this in too for the $100. This is nice. This is a Tubus back rack. Tubus racks are expensive and nice, and it's got the stays. It's got all the important stuff. It's maybe a little bent. It's a used rack, but I'll still be able to get 20 or 30 or maybe even 40 bucks because I think these things were really expensive new. Because I think Tuba stuff was all made with either stainless steel or chromoly steel instead of like cheap aluminum or cheap steel. So they're actually really, really light, thin-walled, nice tubes. This is a very nice touring rack with the extra kickoff, the rear light mount, Tubus logo. I think these things were like $160 new. I don't actually remember. But I was like, that Tubus rack, that's a good deal. Some of the other things were a good deal. A lot of it was not. She had me go through all of her chain rings, and most of them are completely worn out and dead, like unsavable. This is what caught my eye. It's the Sugino AT cranks. I love Sugino AT cranks. They're gorgeous. They're light. They're thin. They're 110 PCD, so you can do a lot with them. 110/74. They took an outrageously long bottom bracket, like a 138 bottom bracket or something, like the widest bottom brackets you can get anywhere now, or like 128 or something. So it's impossible to run them as a triple without buying like a brand new Phil Wood bottom bracket in the right length, or finding the original one and having it not be dead and being able to use it. So usually I end up using them as a compact double, so I can get them, or as a one buy, so I can use a pretty wide bottom bracket and get them far enough away from the frame to not hit. And they're a little scruffy, but not too scruffy. She wanted 30 bucks for them with the rings. It's totally a fine deal. The last set of these I got mint condition for like 10, but I usually get like 80 bucks for these when I sell them. They're a cool crank. People want them. You'll get 80 for them. So I will probably take, all the rings are the wrong rings, some weird SR, like huge, like 52, and then like a middle SR 38, and then the small ring is a specialized 32. So weird sizes. All the rings have a little bit of wear. They're, the inner one's probably the worst, but inner one's the easiest ones to flip. They have the right triple hardware, but these bolts are the wrong ones. So I'll probably pull them apart and try and sell the rings and the cranks separately, or I'll save them for a project, or I don't know. So I got that. The other ones, God, I hope the other one's in here somewhere too. Whoa. Here it is, the other one's Sugino. I didn't even look at the tapers or thread. I didn't even look. We were talking, there's other stuff. This looks pretty close to the end of that taper, bro. Oh. The threads look mostly alright. It looks like there's some damage on the way inside. That's weird. Jeez, yeah, these look like they've been pressed. It's really hard to tell in this light. Pretty close to the ends, maybe all the way. These cranks might not be that great. They might only have 1 or 2 pressings left if we're lucky. I have to hold them up to a bottom bracket and make sure they still don't press all the way on. Wah wah, all of her stuff was junk. I should have probably looked. I might have talked myself out of buying them. But whatever. I got some other stuff. She said these were complete, but they're definitely not. Here's these. I believe these are Dior Deerhead cantilever brakes. This one is at least missing the bolts. Has the wrong pinch bolt in it, and it's definitely missing the bolts to hold it on. I think the other one's in here. Cool old rusty chrome water bottle cage with the tab sticking off sideways. I think this is so you can clamp it onto your handlebars, which is pretty fun and cool. Every time I get one of these, it sits in my bottle cage and someone buys it immediately. So I grabbed it. It's rusty, it's crusty, it's old, it's Frenchy. I'm doing this old Allegro bike eventually someday. This was something that was really cool that she was really proud of and showed off, so I had to grab it. Pedal covers. This is made by somebody here in Portland, Oregon. It's got a 503 phone number on it, no website. I think this is from the earlier 90s, probably with the neon pink and stuff. And that's got a Portland address. PDX Products, pedal covers. So just an aluminum piece of metal that is curved on this side, bent over on this side with 2 holes, and has like little body lines, like almost like siding on a house. And I think this bolts over your pedals, so you can ride your pedals barefoot, not have like, you know, like on a road pedal, we just have the two lines right here. It's so uncomfortable. She said she had a set of these on a bike forever, and she rode them barefoot, loved it. She worked at the old City Bikes co-op, you know, forever, like 30 years ago. It's pretty cool. Screw or reflector bolt with nut. You can use them with toe clips, pedal covers. Just try and make your pedal comfortable. If you can see that. Instructions, I'll try and get a picture. So this is really cool, so I took it. I'm going to leave it in the package and just hang it on the wall. It's cool. This was probably the best score from all the stuff. Super, super dirty, old, crusty Wheelsmith tensiometer with a $10 price tag. I'm not sure, but I think these things are insanely expensive now. Bicycle tension gauge. And inside this crusty, dirty old box is the tensiometer chart. December 21st, 2000 was the date that this was calibrated. So it's 25 years old. So it's got instructions, it's laminated, it's got a conversion chart for stuff. It has the tensiometer, a really simple design that hooks over the spokes. It looks like it has either never been used or maybe barely used. There's a green dot on it, so maybe this was on someone's tool bench. Maybe it's a City Bikes on a bench for a while. Oh, it's got a little white sticker on this side, which is a little bit mangled-dangled. I have no idea how you even use this. Where you get a measure and there's no point like the Park one. But this is real good shape. Ooh! There's more under the foam. Professional wheel building device for precise spoke tension and measure. Made in the USA. So there's another little booklet. Here's two more little booklets. Attention, it's very important to read the instructions enclosed. Technical bulletin. A registration card. And another sheet. I wonder if, you know, this is just... Anytime they got something donated with extra parts, they just threw it in this box. But this is cool. I'm hoping that it's got a serial number stamped right on it. 09790, patent number, made in the USA, Wheelsmith. Super cool. It's a really simple design. Looks like it's the same piece of metal, stamped twice, a little bit of machining for a fancy bolt. The spring just gets trapped in there when you put it together. And then it's got this gauge. I don't know how you read it. I wonder if you read where they both overlap, or... I don't know. I'll have to read the old instructions and things. I think these are what, though, this might get sold to help me pay back the $100 I spent on this stuff. Look at the scale on the end of the tensiometer. That's the sticker that's all mangled. They should have had that laser etched in or notched in. Wheelsmith spokes. Calibration chart. Choose your column to match. I do like the Park one because it's got like a little arrow built in right to the number, so I can just check it and it's like right at 19 whatever, 19 units of measurement. And I don't actually know what they're reading on any of these things. And mostly, I think I was just taught that you really want like about 25 max on like on rear hubs on the non-drive side, and the drive side's a little bit more because it's put in. You really want like between like 19 and 20. Most of the tension wheels, I just want them all the same. So if they're all between like 18 and 21, I'm like, that's pretty dang close. If they're all 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 20, 19, 18, 19, 20, and one's 15. I'm like, okay, well, the 15 one, we have to work on it. Usually if you get that, it's a damaged spot on the rim or the spoke, or you usually get like a 15 with like a 25 on both sides and the rest are all 19. So I can lower the 25 on both sides and raise that 15, and it keeps the wheel round and true. Wheel truing is an art form all unto itself. But I don't know, this thing is probably really cool. I know a lot of the weird old home mechanics and guys really are into that stuff. Hopefully it's worth some dough. Let's make some of my money back on this. She had this set of really scruffy old Suntour bar end shifters, but they both have the nut. Not missing any part. She did say that she thought that these had the cable head stuck in, but I can see on this one it was poking out. So at least one of them's good. Is the other one going to be a huge fight? I do not know. Maybe. But, I mean, it's easy to get $40 for these used. No problemo if I can get that cable head out. And they're good to have, and I think I've sold all mine, so I can get the cable head out. I'll leave them at the shop. Someone's going to want them at the shop. I probably won't even put it on eBay. It will solve a problem sooner or later. This is... Hey, come on, it fit. It went right in, but now it doesn't want to come out. Okay. This is stylistically my favorite cruiser bar. This is an old Nitto bar that has just swoop in every angle, every direction. It's gorgeous. These things are way too narrow for me. The Nitto B603NP. It's really scruffy. It's definitely got baskets and things clamped to it. It's real beat. It's real scruffy. It's real heavy. It's real narrow. But God, this is just such a pretty bar. It's just so pretty. I could not grab it. I have bought those in mint condition before for old bikes and been like so bummed that they're so narrow. I did go through all of her chain rings. Most of them were dead. I grabbed all the ones that weren't. Here's a little tiny Velta, like 58 BCD for like the really compact 90s mountain bike cranks. It looks good. It looks like it's only got shop wear and never been on a bike. It's just dirty. Velta USA, a little tiny alloy ring. 5820B, so it's probably a 20 tooth for the 58. This is a little cutie. It's SR32. It's probably for 74 BCD. It's got some wear, but not that much. It's against the 32, which is a very large for inner ring. The other one was a 32 too. A very large inner ring. Maybe for some touring bikes, it wouldn't be a mountain bike. Here's a cool strong light, so it's probably even a weird size. It's real dirty. It does have a little bit of wear, but it's not too bad. It's not shark fin yet. I don't know, it said strong light. I like strong light rings. This one has no markings. It's a silver. I think it's also 110. It says 46 tooth. It's just a silver 46 tooth, not too worn. It's a great mountain bike outer size. Great touring bike outer size. Here's a weird 40 tooth. It very much looks like a Campy, but I don't think it is. It's got like the Campy kind of kidney beans. It's got like little double arrows by the logo. I think SR did that too. It's probably SR. 40 tooth, probably 130 BCD. It's real thick and machined down to 330 seconds. So this could be a 330 seconds BMX ring. But BMX Gary didn't seem to care about it. But I'll probably try and put it up as a BMX ring. This side, if you look at it, it might just be the dirt, but this side definitely makes it look a little bit worn. Where this side, it doesn't look too bad. She had a couple other BMX rings. Gary got one. He made me buy him a Campy front track axle with the cones. I was like, this. I'm like, oh, I kind of want this. But he's a BMX guy, and then there's a gold ring that was kind of worn too. And I'm like, if you don't buy it, I'm going to buy it. He's like, I kind of want to buy it. And she threw those in for the 100, and I just gave them to him. BMX Gary's always giving me stuff. This is a specialized, probably 110 BCD, 36 tooth silver ring. It definitely has some wear on it too. The nice thing about these old rings that don't have the ramps and pins and stuff is if you use them on a one by or on a fixed gear, you can put them on the outside, flip them over to the outside, and that face that rides on that chain is brand new again. And then you flip them over to the right side where they're kind of worn out, so you can wear one of these things completely out on a road bike, flip it over onto a single speed, it's brand new. So that is nice. Here's another SR 36 tooth. It's got some wear, but not too much. It's still totally usable to hold the chain. It's also like a 110 metal ring. So that's cool. She charged me $5 a piece for these. That was a little painful. These are the kind of things I usually grab at a Sunday salvage sale and pay like $0 for, or you find in someone's like free bin or $1 bin at most swap meets. But people are looking for old chain rings. It's hard to find the old silver ones that are not ramped and pinned, and they're expensive. And I try and ask 15 for chain rings. It always bugs people. I usually get 10 or 12. Sometimes I'm real strict if it's in really good shape or the only one of something kind of rare that everyone's always looking for. I grabbed this. This is some black, ugly, ultra dyno, like turny looking Shimano crank. I really just wanted it for the chain ring. She had a mismatched non-drive crank arm. I didn't take it. I don't care. This thing's definitely just going in the recycling. It's definitely road double. Someone tried to file most of the back off to make it like a BMX crank. It definitely has another one of these BMX looking rings. Probably 130. I don't see any labeling. The teeth are dirty, but they do not look dead. It's cool. I want to use it. It's probably a 40 or something. To sweeten the pot, just pull out derailleurs. These are the two nicest derailleurs she had. They are Dior Deer Head. They're definitely a little scruffy, but most of them are. Scruffy shaped guys usually want $35 a piece each for these. Easy. I've definitely, in pretty good shape, got $100 for the pair on eBay. I think I got like 89. You just can't break 100 on them. But it's a Deer Head derailleur. She had the matching Deer Head shifters in mint condition on her personal, beat up old bike mechanic commuter bike. They're the best shifters. And as I saw them on her bikes, like, oh, there's the shifters. I want those shifters. So they're the shifters you can get $100 for. They're the best shifters Shimano ever made. First generation XT from the 80s, and they should still be making those shifters. I don't know why they won't. So yeah, some Deer Head derailleurs. Scruffy, but doesn't look too worn out or dead. Look pretty complete. Deer Head. Deer Head. If they call them Deer Head, it's got a deer head right on them. I was like, okay, I can sell all those derailleurs, make parts of my money back. I can sell that wheelsmith thing, maybe. End up at least not losing money and all this stuff. She's also like, oh, I have one set of brand new brake pads. I'll throw those in to sweeten the deal. So it's just some cheapo Aztec brake pads from Delta. These are probably 20 years old. They might be soft. They might still stop well. But a matching set of brand new brake pads. I like putting brand new brake pads and everything I work on. She also had this one bag of cantilever brake bosses. Okay, it's two pair. I mean, brake bosses, candy bosses are like $3 a pair. They're not a lot of money, but why not take them? Other stuff. Oh, here's the other bag of the Deer Head brakes. So this is the front brakes. They do have bolts. I don't think they're the right bolts, candy bolts to hold them on. Oh, they're definitely mismatched and the wrong bolts. A lot of people say this stuff's complete. It's all because of the wrong hardware. It's all hokey. But it does have the right pinch bolt, so there's one good set of Deer Heads other than the bolts to hold them on. I can just steal some from some other Dior brakes that I don't care about. Oh wait, is that the other bolt? It might be the right bolt. I don't remember the bolts being black. It might be, or something else. So there's one good set and then one partial, so I can sell them as one good set with partial for spare parts. Somebody's always got them. They're always missing some. She threw this in to try and sweeten the pot. It's a dirty Old Suntour Cyclone derailleur, missing the very proprietary pinch bolt. Is it worth anything? I don't know. Probably not. If I had the pinch bolt, maybe. Maybe I'll put it on eBay for 10 or 15 bucks. Just somebody's willing to clean it for the pulleys, or maybe they have a slightly bent cage, or maybe they just lost this bolt. A lot of this old stuff, comes apart before. So maybe someone will want it for parts, or maybe I'll find a real scruffy beater one. I find these from time to time. It has the pinch bolt. Might even have one. She had 3 tools. This one is brand new. The other 2 were so worn out and dead. I was like, why would you even save these? It's a weird park with a 35 millimeter. I think most bottom brackets are 36. I think I already have this tool. And it's got a hook end on the other side that's never been opened. And it's, okay, it opens. Adjustable, this thing is brand new. It's never been used. It's got a sticker on it for $11.50. So maybe I'll see if there's a million of these on eBay and no one cares, or maybe someone's looking for them. There's none, I'll put it up. Because I know I have one of these already, which I think I've used once. So the undersized thing comes in handy. And then, because I was still on the fence at the end, this is the last bit of things. This was in a Winnie the Pooh box. Winnie the Pooh box. I was like, I love that box. And the box, she's like, I love this box. You can have that box. She grabbed a couple other parts out. She's like, oh, I love this too much. Some blue anodized stuff. I'm like, okay. The Winnie the Pooh box is cool. I think it was one of those 5 CD book on tape kind of things. I have a Lord of the Ring one. It's the same way. It's got a cool box with, wood burned in characters, and it's Lord of the Rings, the book on CD. Or mine's actually the the BBC radio broadcast from like 1973 or something. They had a bunch of actors, do the whole Lord of the Rings book on tape kind of thing. And I have not listened to it yet. I want to. It's in this cool wooden box. It's when the Pooh box is so cool. She wouldn't part with it. I'm bummed. Just a cool wooden box. But she pulled out some. She had some other ones, but she was a little iffy and she wanted to throw them in. But I got a Sun Tour 2-prong. Always my favorite. Best freewheels ever. Really easy to damage. I grab every one of these I ever find. This is a weird Atom one. I have so many freewheel tools. I've actually got like cases of old vintage freewheel tools now. They're so hard to find, and sometimes somebody just gives you a zillion of them. This looks like it's never been used. It's in very good shape. Can't read the writing, it's scruffy, but this is for like the weird Schwinn hubs where you have to like pull the axle nuts off and stuff to be able to get this in to remove the weird old Atom freewheel. This is a bicycle research tool. She said it is for chasing crank threads. I don't know if that's true. I haven't tried it yet, but it's split. It might be. They also made these. Sometimes I think these are actually supposed to work by chasing the crank threads that are there, and then they have a tap that's slightly oversized that goes in and cuts new crank threads, and then they have their own polar tool that's slightly oversized, so it's for saving cranks that have the threads stripped out. And I think they also make a helicoil kit, so you can run this through and then tap it and then put a helicoil in there if you want. I'm sure it's fine, but I've always thought it was sketchy. Here's a very bizarre Kingsbridge USA I've never heard of. This is a very weird freewheel tool. It's got like a 2-prong, but like a lip thing around it. I don't know. I think it's like actually like a cassette body tool for early Uniglide stuff. I'm not sure. She also gave me this. You can never have enough of these because you mangle them all the time. This is some sort of bottom bracket removal tool, but I'm not sure. It's shallow. The teeth look weird. I'm not sure if it is or if it's something else. I think it is. And then a very weird, unique, I don't see any logos on it. It's very small, very round. I believe this is a 4-way spoke wrench. That's what it looks like. It's got 4 notches in it. They're all different sizes. It's very small and weird. You're used to seeing the big, ugly chrome one that everyone has, or the weird Park 3-way one. And then this, she was very excited about this and wanted me to guess what it was. But I knew what it was, so I think it bummed her out a little bit. I think I knew what it was better than she knew. This is a weird old tool they used to sell. It's like a cast aluminum bit with a machine thing for removing your freewheel. Because on old touring bikes, you'd break spokes. You have to pull the freewheel off. It's not like a cassette. It's a little easier to pull the freewheel off to change a spoke. So this is actually made to sit on your stem, on your quill stem. So you'd hold the wheel between your legs, put this on your quill stem, put your freewheel tool. Oh, it's too big for that modern tool. It's a little big for that. Just right for this bicycle research finicky one. Just right for this old Atom one. A little loosey-goosey, but this big Sun Tour 2-prong, I'm surprised that doesn't fit in, actually. But you put this in, hold it on your stem, and it's got a hole drilled out so you can put your wheel on here and clamp your quick release skewer down and turn your stem in this tool into the vise so you can break your freewheel free. It's very cool. I don't know if I've ever seen one in person. I've definitely seen pictures on the internet. Kind of always wanted one. This is kind of my favorite thing of the whole lot. It's got a patent number on it. Just look at this weird thing. Just sits on your stem. Holds your freewheel tools. I had a lot of real tight freewheels that are hard to get off on a vise. I definitely think I would turn a lot of stems before I got a lot of freewheels broken free. But if you're on your touring bike, you've gone through everything. Nothing's too tight. And everything's greased. And everything's cool. And it'll come right off. So that is my weird scores. That's kind of a long video for not a lot of junk. But God, that Mavic stem is just so hot. I want to build the beater fixie so bad. I always want to, and then no one cares. Yes, I got a little bit of stuff. I'll probably clean up this stuff and put a lot of it on eBay. The next 3 days are like in the 90s. I'm not going to work. I'm going to stay here and just put stuff on eBay. I went shopping at my store the other day and grabbed a bunch of stuff I thought would be more interesting on eBay than sitting in a parts bin at my shop, and brought a couple bags home, so hopefully I will be able to put 30 or 40 things on eBay until my eyes go crossed and I want to die. Anyways, that's this video. Thanks for watching. I got some other cool stuff coming up. Working on some stuff. I got a couple of bikes dropped off on Saturday. Saturday's busy. I got one bike dropped off on Friday and then 2 on Saturday. So I've got some projects to do. Maybe I'll find something to make a cool video about. And I'll try and get those done as soon as the temperature drops out of the 90s again. Thanks for watching.